The 1MDB scandal is one of the greatest financial frauds.
Najib appealed the 2020
The 1MDB scandal was probably the most heated scandal to have ever taken place in this modern world, where not only the Prime Minister involved, but also core public figures in this country, as well as overseas, causing it to uproot several treacherous yet dreadful crimes within the depth of the country's secrets. This is precisely the unavoidable ethical issue that will be discussed further in this video.
Therefore, it takes us all back to February 2009, when the country was surprised by the bond of the Terengganu Investment Authority (TIA), which was initially launched by the Chief Minister of the State of Terengganu, Ahmad Said. Its purpose was mainly to act and serve as the holding and investment company for the state, which regulates the state's major assets on a daily basis. Consequently, the company was funded by a bond issue as high as 5 billion ringgit Malaysia, which is equivalent to around 1.19 billion US dollars. From there, its status was changed to what we know now as the Malaysian National Investment Fund, or the infamous 1MDB, in September 2009. By this time, the company was already owned entirely by the Malaysian government through the Ministry of Finance Inc.
Such global-scale corruption can only truly be executed by those who wield power. Therefore, around 2016, numerous political figures have emerged from the dark as the culprit and mastermind behind the treacherous scandal that is the Malaysian Prime Minister at that time, Najib Razak, who was the chairman of the 1MDB Advisory Board, his wife, Rosmah Mansor, and Low Tek Jo, also known as Jo Low. To make the matters worse, it was also identified that the scandal has been carried out by the aid of Goldman Sachs, which unfortunately bribed its way into arranging and underwriting the bond issues involved in 1MDB.
1MDB, which was portrayed as a good means of investing money, continued to scam the public ever since 2009 until 2015, when the scandal finally came to light.
Najib, Jolo, as well as all those who have been caught implicated were corrupted themselves, as they decided to use 1MDB's glorious initial purpose to blind the public, so that they can siphon the money from the bond issues that were entrusted to them into their personal or company accounts. This was clearly proven by the purchase of a pink diamond necklace by Najib to gifted to Rosmah Mansor.
1MDB, as we all know, was only used by those involved to cover their corrupted acts, such as include embezzlement of money on an absurdly large scale. Money was suddenly end up into personal bank account, namely Najib and Jolo, as well as other government officials. Besides that, there is also bribery involved in this matter. Money laundering was then conducted to hide the money from investigators around the world. They have also resorted to a mischievous yet baffling strategy when it comes to hiding their corrupted acts, which is to conduct transaction by transaction, resulting in embezzlement of money to go unnoticed under the complicated transaction history.
Solutions should be reconsidered and strategized in order to battle against corruptive scandals from happening in the future. The 1MDB scandal indicates the necessity of public agencies engaged in major investment programs to have a strong, undisputed internal auditing and management controls. Secondly, it is essential that the watchdog and investigative agencies in Malaysia, such as the MACC, the National Audit Department, and the Attorney General's Chamber, should be protected from political interference. Last but not least, it is essential that the banks in Malaysia and in other jurisdictions undertake thorough checks when transferring large amounts of money from a public agency to ensure that the remittance is from a legitimate purpose to fund an approved project.